Hi guys, with the knowledge of inception handling in previous section, we will now introduce the concept of encapsulation in Python object-oriented programming. As is the case with each section, this section too will teach you numerous topics. We will begin with an introduction to encapsulation and its benefits, followed by learning the principle of private methods and private variables. Then moving on to essentials of getters and setters method, and finally familiarize you with the concept of recursion. With this overview, we will lead into the first lesson that deals with encapsulation and private methods and variables. I'm pretty sure all of us has been in the following situation before. You write a complex piece of program. In this video, we are going to learn first defining encapsulation, then we'll move on to private method understanding, and last with private variables. I'm pretty sure all of us have been in the following situation before. You write a complex piece of code, but some data gets accidentally modified, and you are left with bugs you don't know the location of. To avoid such dilemma, object-oriented programming allows coders to restrict access to certain methods and variables through technique of encapsulation. It also helps you out to hiding data structures by using methods and variable concepts. Looking at the diagram, can understand the declaration of any methods or variable are always under the class section. First declaration without any specific syntax mentioned under methods or variables are always public methods and variables. If any method that is specifically under a syntax utilizing double underscore, which will look with a simple program, you will understand those syntax variables or methods come under private methods and variables, which comes under public methods and variables. You will understand this diagram as we'll go through a simple program code. Class method should be prefixed with double underscore. Example that I can give you right now is when we define a run method, we need to define that run method using double underscore with a self declaration, and then we can use any kind of pass or a print command under it. For a better understanding of private methods, we'll take a simple program. Consider the following piece of code that I have already written on Notepad++. As you can see, one of the methods in class car is defined with a different syntax. This is how you define a private method. Remember, a private method is always have the name of the method prefix with double underscore. Also, you need to define class variable method under object declaration. So whenever we declare an object, for example, Volvo is declared to the class car, then we can call through an object attribute that is drive. Let's run the program and understand the execution of this program, which will give you an exact print output on our screen. We'll run this program by mentioning the file name that I've given as encap. Now you can see we have an output saying refilling gas, which is getting utilized by init function, and second output is driving that we have declared in def drive. Let's make a quick change into this same program. We'll mention the object Volvo, under which we'll try to call the fueling method. For that, we have to give double underscore fueling as our syntax. We'll try to save this program and rerun this program using the same code. Now that you can see, it's giving you an attribute error. To call a private method, you need to declare the class name first with a single underscore, in which with an object declaration you have done Volvo equals to car. Similarly, when you're calling a method through an object which is specifically as a private method, you need to declare object name, that is Volvo dot single underscore car, and then it will go with the private method's name, that is double underscore fueling. Let's save this program and rerun this program quickly. Now that you can see is refilling the glass output as a print function is giving printed by init declaration, second print command is given by the method drive, and third, which we have called it through a private declaration, private method, which is through an object. Similarly, we have private variables. When you want a crucial piece of information to remain unchanged throughout the running of program, you can define the variable holding set data as private, also by prefixing the variable name with double underscore. The advantage of assigning a variable as private is that the information the variable contains can only be changed within the class containing the variable and not outside it. To summarize all of this, let's take a simple code. I've already written the code with the class name car, under which I have declared two variable names with double underscore top speed, which is assigned as 0, and double underscore name, which is assigned as blank. Then we have two methods. One is init method and second is a drive method, which holds a print command. Init method, I have given a self declaration to the both the private variable with the value of 250 for top speed and name with Sam. So let's try and run this code quickly from a command line. Now that you can see as an output, you are getting a drive top speed as 250, which is defined in the code of init method. Let's make a quick change to have an access for private variable with a change. We are writing an additional method, that is def set top speed with a self and a speed declaration as parenthesis. So we are setting a variable name as top speed, which is connected to speed as self declaration. Now that we can push a value parenthesis directly through object, we can call set top speed with a value attribute that can be pushed directly through an object. To have a value updated on our screen, we'll also call the attribute drive, that is the method through an object. Let's save this program and run this program in the command line. Now that you can see, the first drive recalls to the set value in init, that is 250. Then a set top speed gives you an access, and through object we can push the parenthesis of new value for top speed, that is 380. So you know the public declaration and the private declaration of method and variable. What are the difference between it? Public variable are accessible from anywhere. In difference to private variable, are only accessible in their own class or by method if defined. Starts with double underscore. Looking at the diagram that you can see, now the understanding of private method and private variable is quite clear. That's about it now, but we are far from over. Take your time understanding the concept of encapsulation, private methods, and private variables, and come back